Hey guys, so this video today I'm doing on my niece, and this style I feel like can go both ways. It can be for adults or it can be for kids. It's just up to you and your preference. Now, a lot of you guys like to mistake my niece for a child, but she is in her 20s, so sometimes I can do a variation of styles on her and she's still gonna look young, but she is in her 20s, so she's not a baby. But this style I'm doing, I just freshly washed her hair, and then I'm just using my handy dandy blow dryer that you guys know I love with my Denman brush, and I blew her hair out. And now I'm just fluffing it out for the camera. You're gonna need some clips, shine and jam, a braid band for my wrist to put a product on, then your precision comb that all can be found on my website, some rubber bands, and I use my braid band to put the product on so that I don't have to put it at the back of my hand on my skin. So I'd prefer to do that instead. And that again is on my website. So the first thing I'm doing, I normally like to start with the middle part, but I don't know what took over me today. I ended up starting at the back, just, going straight for it. And I'm just parting out a section at the back, which is going to be between the tip of the ear and the back of the neck. And that is a sweet spot for me as far as starting braids or any type of box braids. I like to go between that section, which is between the tip of her ear and the back of her neck. So that's a line that I go across in the back. So this is going to be two braids at the back. And what I'm doing, you guys, is I'm doing a half and half. So a half twist, but I'm going to rubber band it. I'm going to use the rubber band method for this style. Just to make it easier on people that this might be difficult. And it also helps the style to stay a little bit longer. So I'm gonna go ahead, rubber band it. Don't do it too tight because we're gonna be going in with a crochet needle and using crochet hair to do this as well. So what you see me doing is kind of pulling it apart. Make sure I have jam on it, and that's my crochet needle. And I'm going to be using a teeny bounce hair. You guys have seen me use this hair before on the hair that I did my other niece with. And what I'm doing is just opening the hair up from its natural curl. And then I'm going to split her hair in half with some jam on it, split it in half. And I'm just going to curl the crochet hair back together. You don't want to do your own. You kind of want to follow the motion of the crochet hair so that it bounces back how it was before we split it apart. And that is how it looks. It just went straight back together. And this style, I feel like it would last much longer this way with the rubber band method than if I would have just started twisting it naturally without the rubber band. I just feel like this way it's gonna stay a little bit longer. And make sure to put some product on the ends of the hair as well, because it's easy for the hair or the natural hair to pop through the crochet hair. So what I like to do is coat the natural hair some to the tip, so that when I do twist it all together, that it goes and flows with the crochet hair. Eventually it will pop out. It's just natural for it to do that. Once you start moving around, laying down, doing whatever, your natural hair might pop through a little bit. So when you're twisting this, you kind of want to hide the natural hair as much as possible behind the curls, so that it lessens the chances of it showing through once the hairstyle gets a little bit older. So as you guys see, I split the natural hair in half and kind of just put it, with one leg of the crochet hair, one leg on the other side of crochet hair, and just twisted it back together. I really do feel like this style can go for adults or kids. And, it's a good work style as well. You can easily put it in a ponytail if you want. You can let it down when you feel like it. So now I'm going across her head, and I'm going from the tip of the ear to the other side, tip of the ear. And if you guys been watching me for a while, you know that I typically don't do this. I honestly just didn't even know what I was doing at the beginning of the style or what style I was going with originally. So I just started at the back, and as I'm going, I'm like, all right, let's make it half and half and do some braids in the front. And put the twist in the back. So that's why I didn't really take the steps that I normally take, which is making a middle part first from the front to the back and then going half across the head from ear to ear. However, if you are a little bit more advanced, you really don't need the guidance of the middle part to get the hair done. I just like to do it so that you guys know that that's the best practice to use to get your parts to be straight. And as I'm going, because these are a little bit larger, I am using the brick layering method, which is, if I started with 2 in the back, then the next row would be around 3, and then the next row would be around 5. And then since I did the half head, the next row up is 4, and then I ended up having 2 at the top, which typically I would like for it to would have been 3 to cover the brick layering method, but it just ended up being enough space for just 2 crochet braids at the top. So now that I've completed the back, I'm going to go ahead and braid the front. So typically you would like to use braiding hair for the front, but I ended up using the crochet hair itself. So I ended up just splitting it apart, splitting it up, and using it as braiding hair to make sure that, when I'm braiding the front, it's a little bit stronger. I didn't really use that much hair in the braids in the front. And then I ended up using the crochet hair to twist the back. You guys, you'll see once I get to it how I do the end of the braid, because you really don't want to have twist in the back and then braids in the front. As far as like plaiting out the end of the braids in the front, like I feel like it should end in twist as well. So I'm using my stitch techniques, and once I get to the end, I am going to put a rubber band over it. I know for my advanced braiders, you might not want to use that method. But for me, with this crochet hair, it just felt like it would last longer if I just put the rubber band there and try to camouflage the rubber band with the twist. So once I finished the braid, I put the rubber band on it, and then I did the same method like I did at the back. I, split the end of her natural hair in 2, and I put the crochet hair through it and then just twisted it back naturally. And yeah, I think my camera died or ran out of memory or something, but that's what I did for the rest of the braids. And this is how it turned out at the end. As you guys can see, that long part down the middle, that is why I wanted to have at least 3 space for 3 braids at the back, so that you wouldn't have that part going straight back like that. That is why we do brick layering, so that you don't have open gaps like that in the head. But this is the final look, you guys. Go ahead, let me know what you guys think, if this is a style you would like to use. All the information for what I use to accomplish this style will be in the comment section on Facebook and will be in the description section on YouTube. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys next time.